Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. In the past video, we learned the phases of the storyline and we learned also the levels that we can use for our setups inside each part from the bullish storyline and from the bearish storyline. Alright? So today's video, it's about the setups that we can take from the first part for the bullish storyline and for the bearish storyline. Based on what? Based on the bullish KM pattern that started the bullish storyline and from the bearish KM pattern that started the bearish storyline. What I mean by the storyline, I mean the bullish classic or the bullish advanced storyline. The same with the bearish classic and the bearish advanced storyline, right? So let's get started. For the KM setups, right, this is all the KM setups that you can find right in the starting of the storyline, right? The KM pattern have a lot of patterns when it's aligned with the market structure, right? It will create a lot of patterns, right? So let's start with the first setup that we can take based on the KM pattern, right? So as we learned, the bearish storyline started with what? Started with a bearish breakout that comes from our fresh weekly or fresh daily SNR level, alright? So this is our bearish breakout. Now the bearish weekly or bearish daily storyline started, but as you can see, the price sometimes breaks the apex or the A shape that give us the breakout, right? So this KM failed, right? How you can deal with this case? Simply, you will draw your reversal bearish trend line for the sell trade or your bullish reversal trend line for the buy trades, right? When I talked about the sell trades, it's the same with the bullish or the buy trades, right? So simply draw your bearish reversal trend line and take your trade directly from the trend line, especially if it's aligned with our SNR level, right? A-shape level or V-shape level or gaps levels, right? It's very simple. And you can use the confirmations that we will learn later, right? So this is the first setup. The second setup, it's very simple. It's the simple KM, right? The simple pattern KM. On the simple pattern KM, we can take our trades from each level on it, right? You will not know which level it's the one that will gives you the full TP or will gives you the bearish direction directly, right? So if you had your confirmation on the SPR level, take it. Maybe it will be the one who gives you the TP, right? If the price gives you if the price pulls back after your first 3 RR, all right, take your trade if you had a confirmation on the left shoulder. If not, wait until the price reaches the apex level, all right? Always use the confirmations. If not, use this setup, right? So it's a setup inside a normal setup, right? So take your last trade with what? With the reversal trend line. You can apply these setups on the 1 hour KM, right, for the daily storyline or for the 4 hour KM for the weekly storyline, right? You can use it on the both 1 hour, 4 hour KMs, right? So this was the second KM. This was the second setup that you can take. The third setup, it's the KM inside KM, right? So the main KM, it's on what? It's on the 4 hour time frame, the 1 hour time frame, or on the daily time frame, right? For the monthly storyline, right? So if the key if the main key was on the daily, use the 4 hour, 1 hour, or 15 minute or even 13 minute for your entry, right? And you was already took your trade from this with the confirmation, right? It's for the normal setup, right? And the next or the second entry, it's from the left shoulder of the secondary key, right? That comes from the left shoulder, right? So the second entry is it's from the left shoulder of the secondary key that comes from the left shoulder of the main key, right? It's very simple. So daily with 1 hour, 4 hour, 13 minute or 15-minute key, 4 hour key with what? With 1 hour, 13 minute, 15-minute key, right? So and 1 hour key with what? With 13 minute, 15-minute key, right? It's very simple. So this is the third setup that you can take for the KM pattern. The fourth setup, it's what? It's the entry from the early right shoulder, right? So this is the left shoulder, the head, right? And if the price did this means the right shoulder, the normal right shoulder. But the price sometimes gives you an early left shoulder, and this early left shoulder gives you the breakout, right? So the price will push back on to our early right shoulder. So this pattern had a high probability that the price will goes from the early left shoulder. And don't forget your confirmations, all right? You are free to use the limit orders or to use the confirmations. I will tell you how to use these confirmations to get a better results, right? So this was our setup, right, for the early left shoulder. Sometimes the price will gives you what? The price will gives you two early right shoulders, right? Two early right shoulders, and these two early right shoulders gives you a double trend lines, right? Sometimes one trend line, sometimes two trend lines, right? So just take your just draw your trend lines like a confluence and confirmation, right? And the first level that have a high probability that the price will react from is the SBR level, right? The SBR level, right? So the price sometimes will miss the SBR level and sometimes will goes from it directly, right? It's very simple. And use the confirmation always. Your TP, it's always until the next fresh daily, and it's better to use 1 2 3 RR. After that, save the half of your trade and let the rest run, all right? There is the KMC setup, right? The KMC setup means a KM continuation, right? And if you had what? If you had a KM, a bearish KM, and the KM align with another A-shape level, right? That gives you this bearish auto trend line. So the level that have high probability, it's the left shoulder, right? Draw your trend line, take your trade directly from the left shoulder or use the confirmations, right? You are free to use wherever suits you. Another setup. This setup, it's the failed key. For example, this bullish key comes from what? Comes from a fresh daily, right? A fresh daily level, especially if this bullish daily storyline against the weekly bearish storyline that started right here. So this bearish key, right? Let me explain this word. So this was the key that comes from our daily fresh level, right? Bullish breakout, price goes from our left shoulder and then reacted from our fresh daily or fresh weekly level, give us a bearish breakout. So we are in a bearish storyline, right? The level that have or the level that we should focus on is this left shoulder of the bullish game. And you can also take it if this bullish KM comes from nowhere, right? So this was the failed KM setup. Always take it with the confirmations. This is the SNR SMRC1 setup, right? When you had a V-shaped level aligned with a bullish candle between two bearish candles, all right? Drop, base drop, right? It's just this SPR level have a good probability that the price will react from, right? And another setup, it's the miss after and miss before, right? When the price gives you an early left shoulder, right? An early left shoulder, and the price after the breakout missed the SBR level again, the price will what? The price will react from this SBR level. It's always the same with the buy trades, all right? It's just the opposite. All right, this is another trade. This setup with this setup, it's not the same, and it's not the same also with this setup. It's each key pattern have its own special pattern, right? Special shape. And the last setup, it's the double A-shape level or the double apex levels, all right? When you had a pattern like this, the left shoulder it's the one that have high probability uh, that the price will react from. Always use the confirmations, all right? This is all the types of the key patterns. You will find it on your starting of the storyline, and you can take your trades based on it, right? I will share you some examples later. All right, what about the confirmations? All right, the confirmations, it's something important that you should use for your entry, right? For the confirmations, I gives you these 5 type of confirmations. It's all what you need, right? And I will show you how to use it to get a beautiful trades, a multiple trades, all right? And even more uses for it, right? Let's start. The first confirmation, it's I gives you 2 confirmations for one type I gives you 2 type of confirmations for one type confirmation, all right? There is a confirmations that comes from the 4-hour level, right? The 4-hour level that on our 4-hour KM, and it's the same. The confirmations on the 1-hour level, right? That on the 1-hour KM level, and the rest it's on the same. It's on both 4-hour and 1-hour levels, right? So on the 1-hour level, if you had a bullish candle, all right, a 15-minute or 30-minute or even 1-hour bullish candle rejected from our bear on our level on the bearish KM level, all right? Just take your trade directly after the candle closed, all right? Remember that 15, 13, 1-hour KM, 1-hour time frames candle rejected. And it's the same for the buy trades. If you had a bearish candle that rejected from what? From your level on the bullish KM, right? 15-minute, 30-minute, 1-hour candle bearish candle rejected from your level. Just take your trades directly after the candle closed above after the bearish candle closed above our 1-hour level, right? The same with the 4-hour level. The one difference between them, it's on the candle on that time frame, right? For the 1-hour level, we can use the 1-hour candle rejected, and for the 4-hour level, we can use the 4-hour candle rejected. This is the difference between them, right? And the rest of the levels is the same, right? The 1-hour candle, we can use it on the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour level, right? So on the 4-hour levels, you can use 30-minute, 1-hour, 4-hour, and 15-minute candle rejected from our levels. All right, a bullish candle for the buy for the sell level, and a bearish candle for the buy level. All right. Another type of confirmation happens on the 5-minute and 1-minute time frame only, right? If you had a bearish KM from the from your sell level, or a bullish KM from your buy level, right? And this bearish breakout happen with an engulfing candle, right? You can enter, right? You can enter after the price pulls back to your left shoulder on the 5-minute time frame or 1-minute time frame. The same with the bullish KM on the 5-minute or 1-minute left shoulder on your KM pattern. all right? And you can also enter from your engulf candle, and your stop loss, it's under this A shape, this apex, or it's near to it, right? 13 pips stop loss. Another type of confirmation, when you had a 15-minute or a 5-minute breaking up, all right, bearish breaking up from the sell level, or breaking bullish gap from the buy level. Enter directly after the price pulls back, where pulls back to your level, right, to your gap level that got broken. The last type of confirmation, right, is the breaking trend line, right, on the 5-minute or 1 minute. After the breakout, enter directly, all right. You can enter directly after this candle that broken out trend line closed, right? Or you need to wait until the price pulls back to our engulf, all right, or from the left shoulder. If you enter from the left shoulder, that's mean you use this type of confirmation, all right? And if you enter directly after this candle closed, enter our trend line for the sell trade, you can enter directly. And it's the same for the bullish breakout for the buy trade, right? It's very simple. Now, what I will say now, right? What I'm saying, write it down, because it's very important, and no one will gives you this. For the confirmations, right, you can use 2 or 3 types of confirmations for the same level on your KM pattern for multiple trades, right? You can take multiple trades, right, if you had these confirmations on your one level, right? This is for the confirmations together. And on one confirmation like this, for example, let's say this is our 1 hour level, right? If you had first a 15-minute candle rejected, right? A 15-minute candle rejected, bullish candle, because we are in a sell level, right? So first, if you had a 15-minute candle rejected, you can enter right here. Your first trade was from the 15-minute candle. After that, after the 13-minute candle closed, and also, right, this is on the 13-minute. After the 13-minute candle also closed, right, from your level, you can take another trade. Very simple. And if the 1 hour level also closed and gives you a good rejection from this, you can also take what? Another trade, right? So 3 trades, right, from from one level only from that KM pattern, right, using one type of confirmation on these 3 time frames. All right, let's imagine that this is on the 4 hour level. So this is from the 15-minute candle, enter directly. 30-minute candle rejected, enter directly. 1 hour candle rejected, enter directly. And if the 4 hour candle also rejected, right, enter directly also. So you will have 4 trades from one level on, from one KM pattern, right? This is for what? This is for the confirmations together. All right, so by the confirmations only, you will get a multiple trades, and you can manage your risk by yourself, right? Like 0.5% right here, another 0.5% right here, right? You are free to use wherever you want. But this is how it works, all right? So this was about the confirmations. And sometimes, as I said, you can have 2 types of confirmations together. For example, all right? For example, I will tell you how, right? Let's say this is what? This is the 15-minute candle rejected, right? So what you have to do, you need to enter directly, all right? All right. Let's say there is a candle before this. All right. This is your first confirmation with your first entry. Let's imagine that there is another bearish candle, right, that breaks our gap. What you have to do, you are in the on the 15-minute time frame. Your first trade was by rejecting by this candle that rejected on the 15-minute time frame, right? After that, you had a bearish breakout of this bullish gap. What you have to do, boom, a second entry from this bearish gap, right? Another entry. Right, by this way, you can take multiple trades also by using two different type of confirmation or using one type of confirmations for of with MTF, right, with a lot of time frames together, right? So this was only with the confirmations together. What about the setups, all right? On the setups, you can add, all right, two setups together, right? For example, this setup, right? This setup with this setup together, or this with this, right? You will have two setups together. So what you have to do, you have to take two trades based on that KM pattern that gives you two setups. All right, I will show you an example now how you can take this. Right, so this was about the setups with the confirmations. All right, always take it simple. The simplicity is the key in trading. Now let's see a clear example explaining what I was talking about. Right now, what is this? This is daily, reject daily. Right, let's check our breakout. All right, let's check our breakout. No, it's not this example, it's this example. Where is it? Yes, it's this example. All right, a daily reject daily. Okay, let's check the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, this is our touch. This is our bullish breakout for the bullish daily classic storyline. All right, the price pulls back to where? Right, the price pulls back to our left shoulder right here, right, our left shoulder right here, and give us what? The confirmation on the 1 hour time frame, right? So if you are a patient person, use the confirmations on the higher time frame for your setups of the first part from the story, right? For me, sometimes I love to use the higher time frame confirmations for my entries from the key pattern for avoiding the noises on the lower time frames. Right, you are free to use wherever suits you. Right, so after this confirmation that can 1 hour can be rejected from our level, right, you can take your trade directly after this candle close, right? Very simple. Right after the bearish candle close, you can take your trade with 13 pips. Stop loss, right? 13 pips. Stop loss, very simple, right? Very easy. Your TP is until the fresh daily level. That was a fresh daily level right here, right? Let's say it's just this fresh daily level, right? So this was your first tip, right? Right here. Very, very simple, right? This was the first setup, right? Let's check the lower time frame confirmations, right? In the 30-minute, you also had a confirmation, right? And it's the same with the 1 hour, right? With the same level. The same with the 15-minute, all right? The 15-minute, it's also in the same zone. What about the 5-minute? On the 5-minute, as you can see, there is what? There is a breaking 5-minute trend line, all right? A 5-minute trend line. Let's check the 1 minute also. On the 1 minute, there is also Yes, there is also this breaking 1 minute key, right? You can also take all the confirmations align with the same entry, right? All the confirmations align with the same entry. It's very good. And for the 5 minute confirmation, right? There is a breaking up right here. The price didn't pull back to our level, right? And also for the breaking 5 minute KM, right? If you enter right here, this candle goes very far, right? This candle goes very far after our breakout, right? So this is the second trade, right? After this candle closed, you can enter directly, right? But it's better to ignore this. Why? Because the price goes very far from your trend line. So the price was be able to do this and goes up, right? So it will hit your break even. But sometimes the price it's faster, right? It will give you your TP very fast, right? So this is the first setup from the normal key, right? Price give us the confirmations, right? From our left shoulder level. It's this, right? From the left shoulder level with the confirmation, and this is give us the full TP, right? So this is the first setup. Let's say you didn't see this setup, right? Let's say that you didn't see this setup, right? What about this? What about this? This is a KMC syrup, right? If you didn't see this, you can see this setup, right? It's the KMC setup, right? The KMC setup. Very simple. The trend line align with the left shoulder, right? It's this setup. I will show you. It's the KMC setup. Very, very simple, right? You can take it with the confirmations or without it, right? Just by a limit order. And if you can see very closely, you will see that all the confirmations aligning with one level, right? Aligning with one level. So this was for the first example, right? Two setups in one place, right? That gives you a high probability that the price will react from it, right? Let's see another example. I don't want to make this video very long, right? Let's see another example. Where is it? Yes, right here. Weekly, reject weekly, right? Weekly, reject weekly. Let's put our vertical line, checking the 4-hour time frame, right? On the 4-hour time frame, this is the bearish breakout, right? This is the bearish breakout for the bearish classic weekly storyline. This KM failed by breaking this, right? So just there is a setup right here, right? Very simple. The reversal setup from the reversal setup, right? This point, right, of the third touch, it's aligning with this SMA level with CC count, right? Very simple. So this is your entry, right? This is your entry after this candle closed, right? Or directly by a limit order, right? Very simple. After this candle closed, right? 13 pips stop loss. And I think we got a stop loss right with 13 pips. Let me check. Right, 13 pips. Yes. No, no, we didn't got a stop loss right here. Right? This is by the 4-hour confirmation. Your TP, it's until the next fresh daily level or fresh weekly level. From weekly to weekly, right? Let me see the confirmations on the lower time frame. This confirmation was from the 4-hour time frame, right? From this. Let's check the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, right? On the 1 hour time frame, there is also a confirmation. This counter rejected from it, right? 13 minute, 13 minute, it's the same, right? It's the same, but it's a bearish candle, right? So just we will ignore it. Let's check this. All right, so this is yes. So our entry, as we said, was from the 4-hour time frame, right? By the 4-hour confirmation. Let's remove this and look for another example. Okay, where is this? Weekly advanced storyline started right here. Right, weekly advanced storyline started right here. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, right, this is our bullish breakout for the bullish weekly advanced storyline, right? Bullish weekly advanced storyline. After the price give us our bullish breakout by closing on this 4-hour candle, the price pulls backward to our A-shape level, right, and give us the confirmation, right? This candle closed above it, all right. This is with so we have to enter by 13 pips stop loss, right? 13 pips stop loss, very simple, right? Right here. After this candle closed, your TP, it's until the next fresh weekly level. All right, very, very simple. Let me check. All right, very, very simple. All right, let's see the last example. All right, where is the last example? This is another example right here. Daily reject daily, right? Daily reject daily. I forget to show you the other confirmations on the past example, right? I forget it. Daily reject daily. Let's check the breakout, right? On the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, right? This is daily reject daily. This example, it's very complicated, right? Or the confirmation, it's not clear, right? The confirmation, it's not clear. So let's check the confirmations on the lower time frame. Excuse me, where is this? This is our left shoulder, but the price reacted from, right? Let's check the 15-minute, or let's start with, there is a confirmation. This counter rejected from it, right? This counter rejected from it, right? 13 pips stop loss. After this candle closed, your TP is entered the next fresh daily level. Alright, very simple. Let's check the 15-minute. On the 15-minute time frame, there is also a confirmation right here. Right, a confirmation right here. Let's check the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, there is a breaking 5-minute trend line, right? And breaking 5-minute trend line. So he was able to enter right here also, right? Enter right here also. But our first entry was right here, right? And on the 1-hour time frame, as you can see, there is a bullish candle rejected from it, right? And we said we always need a bearish candle rejected from this, all right? Very, very simple. I forget if I showed you, all right. Did you ever wonder why we should use the bullish candle for the sell trade or the bearish candle for the buy trades? I forget if I explained this or not. Just let me repeat it, right? So let's say there is a bearish candle rejected from this, right? And this is the bearish candle, right? Let's see the example of the bullish. I want to make something clear for you, right? All right. Why we said we should take always the bullish candle from the sell level, right? From the sell level, because the distance This is the main reason, right? Because the distance between our closing and the level for our sell trade, it's very short, all right? So when we enter after the bullish candle closed, our stop loss is safe, right? Our stop loss is safe because it's near to our level in case if the price want to push back to our level and then goes down, right? But if we use the sell candle that comes from our sell level, right? Was our entry, and the distance between the closing and the level is very far. So the price sometimes do this, hit your stop loss and then goes down. Maybe we do this and goes down, right? That's why we use the bullish candle from the sell level. The same with the buy level, right? We have to use what? We have to use a bearish candle from the buy level. Why? Because when the bearish candle close, distance between it and the level it's short, right? It's short. So our stop loss is safe, right? When the price pulls back right to level, our stop loss is safe. But it's the opposite for the bullish candle. If the bullish candle closed very far right here, right, the price can hit our stop loss and then goes up, right? Very, very simple like this, right? But that's not mean that we cannot use the bullish candle from the buy level, right? For example, let me, all right? So if we are in a sell level, we said we have to take the bullish candle, but sometimes also we will take the sell candle as a confirmation if the size of it was small like this, right? If the size of it was small like this, we can take it as a confirmation, right? As a confirmation. Very simple. Always take it simple, right? The simplicity is the key in trading. Come on. All right. So our stop loss is safe when the size is small, right? This is for the sell level. For the buy level, if the candle, right, if the size of the bullish candle was small, right, we can also take our level from it, right? Let's say this is our 13 pips. So if the size of the candle was small like this, right, we can take it as a confirmation candle, right, for our level. You can apply it on all the time frames, right? 15, 13 1 hour level for the 1 hour time frame for the 1 hour levels on the 1 hour key and pattern, or the 4 hour levels on the 4 hour key and patterns, right? So this was today's video. I hope you understand it very well, right? Always take it simple. The simplicity is the key in trading, right? So take care, guys, and see you in another videos, all right?